1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, that was kind of quick.
Hall of Famer football coach Marv Levy said, "Football doesn't build character, it reveals it." Now, I've never played football in my life, but if I were to replace the sport of football with basketball, that statement would be very inaccurate to me. The moment I picked up the ball when I was 6 years old, my childhood would be completely changed. The sport has taught me so many lessons and showed me so many things that I'm not sure I would have learned without the sport. As cliche as it may sound, basketball has literally made me the person I am today. It taught me to take a chance, to work hard, to be a leader, and it also showed me my dream job. I played my first rec basketball game at age 6, and by the age of 10, my parents decided it was time for me to try out for a competitive team. I was one of the shyest little girls you'd ever meet, so the idea of going to a practice where I didn't know anyone terrified me. So the day of tryouts came and I cried for hours. Eventually, my parents bribed me with $20 and I went. That one tryout completely changed the course of my 19 years thus far. It taught me that if you really want something worth having, you might have to take a chance. And that day I took that chance and I'm forever thankful. When opportunity comes around, you better take it. After about 4 years, it was time for me to go to high school and run with the big guys. Now, I was a scrawny little girl, as you can see, but I wasn't too worried about it because I'd always been one of the better players on the court. But I was in for a rude awakening. I got to high school and I was surrounded by girls that are 5'11" and 6 foot, and some were 4 years older than me. If I was going to play varsity, I was going to have to work really, really hard for it. And that's the next lesson that basketball taught me. Nothing is just given to you, and there are always going to be people that are better than you or smarter than you or more talented than you, but that doesn't mean that you should not work for it. That freshman year, I worked harder than I ever had, and it paid off. I was a varsity starter the next 3 years, and I was a team leader. I learned how to work for something that I wanted. Junior year, I had become the team leader because I was a point guard and one of the leading scorers. I'd never really been in a leadership position, so the idea of it scared me. But I didn't really have a choice. So I stepped up. Without basketball, I don't think I ever would have taken a leadership position. But I'm very glad that I did. I learned it is something to strive for, and leadership in itself can teach a person so many things. The last thing basketball indirectly showed me was what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. My senior year, I hurt my knee and was told I was going to have knee surgery after the season was over. So I went to the doctor for the next 5 months and often saw the surgeon, but often I saw his physician's assistant. I never knew what a physician's assistant was, so when I went home that night, I looked it up, and it looked like something I would be very interested in. It looked like the perfect job for me. So the knee injury really was a blessing in disguise. As hard as the time was for me, knowing that I was giving up the game that I played for 13 years, it led me in the right direction. Basketball has built me into the person I am today, and it has the ability to build character. My parents definitely did a great job in raising me, but I think basketball had a hand in it as well.